Hello,
Hello, teacher.
how are you today?
I'm feeling pretty good today.
That's good. Can you introduce yourself, please?
Mm, a little bit of my name. Name is Hoàng, and I'm 14 years old. No, sorry, I'm 15. And my favorite sport is basketball and go karts.
Hmm.
And I pretty like ice cream, but the most favorite food that I have ever tried is called nem, which is a traditional dish in Vietnam.
Okay.
That's all.
Okay, nice. Let's talk about websites. What
Websites.
kind of websites do you most often visit?
In recent 30 days, I mostly use Study4 to train my IELTS reading and listening because in July I will have an IELTS test and I frequently use about 2 hours per day.
Okay. So is that the only website you frequently use?
Yes,
Are there okay?
not others.
No
I don't
others.
really use Facebook but,
Okay.
and YouTube.
You don't really use YouTube either?
Yes.
Okay, fine. Do you prefer getting information from websites or books?
Mm, it would depend on what information that I took,
Yeah.
especially when I need some information about IELTS. 100% I would use website because I don't have money to buy a Cambridge IELTS book.
Okay.
Mm,
So what information would you say is best to get from a book?
um, the information which is I most search on the book is a course how to make money
Okay.
because on the internet they usually just tell you how to make money, just how, not why. And the book
Okay.
described for me how, why and how to do it. That's what I
Okay.
need.
All right. Nice. Which is more important to you? How a website looks or how easy it is to use?
Hmm, that question is pretty tough because if that website look good, especially it good to use too, but I would prefer to easy to use because use is more important than the how it look.
Okay. Can you describe an application or website that you think is very efficient? It's very easy to use. It runs well.
It's run well.
Mhm.
100% gonna be Study4 because it looks very easy to use and its UI is pretty looks much the same as the IELTS UI. So I'm gonna and also it has so many information and many IELTS reading or listening that used in past.
Okay. Interesting. Let's move on to speaking part two, shall we? Okay, you'll have
Can I
some
have a paper?
time. Yeah,
Thank
sure.
you so
Grab
much.
one.
I
Here
need one as
is
well.
your topic here.
My topic right here.
Describe an interesting discussion that you had with your friends. You
Mm.
should say the following: who you spoke with, where you were, what the conversation was about, and why you
Oh,
found it
okay.
interesting.
Mm. Okay, that's all.
All right,
I can start now.
Keha, describe
Mm.
an interesting discussion that you've had with your friends.
The most interesting discussion that I have ever got with my friend is about what is the best game on the internet. And the person that I spoke with is my best friend. He is a boy, And the time is about, I don't remember where I took the lesson at. I just remember it at school, and we discussed about what type of game is the most popular and interesting on the internet. And the reason why that is the best discussion that I ever had, because that is my favorite activity to do, which is playing games. And the game that we discussed about, which also my favorite game too, and that's my best friend. So we have a very funny or very interesting conversation with my friends. Mm, sorry, because I don't have anything to say next.
Okay, no
Next
problem.
time.
I think you could have told me what the game was, maybe, and a bit about how the game is played.
Okay,
All right, let's go on to part three.
part three.
Yes, sir. Okay, here it is. How could education be more intuitive for children in Vietnam? How do you think?
Could you explain for me what
Sure, sure,
intuitive
sure,
means?
sure. Let me simplify the question. If there was something you could change about the education system in Vietnam,
Mm-hmm.
what would you change and why?
Ah, okay. What could I change?
Yeah. If there
Can I
is
plan?
anything, no, just you
I
can
just
give me a reply. Yeah.
mm, if there anything I can change about the education in Vietnam, I would. I, I mean, 100%. I would change um the view of the parents about the exams, because as I see in the reality, most parents in Vietnam just priority to points or grades. They don't care about how their parents spend their time on the test, because most parents in Vietnam think that grades is the only way for the children to be success in life. But in my opinion, it is not. It depends on, well, what time they spend on, or their ambitious, because ambitious is the real key to be success in life, and that is the big misunderstood in Vietnam. And that misunderstood mostly come from how our education works. And so therefore that is the only thing I want to change about the education in Vietnam.
Okay, so you think the emphasis is too much on the end exam scores?
Yes.
Okay, interesting, interesting. What are the benefits when children have their own ideas and opinions like you have just had?
Hmm. I think that they could build their own ideas, or I don't know, they can build their own ideas.
Do you think it's important to take into account the ideas of young people in Vietnam?
What do you mean? What do
Do
you
you
mean count?
think it's important to listen to the ideas and
Ah,
opinions of young people in Vietnam, even though they may not be qualified?
oh, it's very important, because you may find some um, good opinion
Yes.
or maybe excellent opinion, but they are not qualified because they sound weird. But maybe in the future, that is the key. Maybe that's the key in the future. I don't know. So you gotta listen to all the opinion.
Okay.
And
Okay. Interesting. Final question.
okay.
In what industries do you think communication, the skill of communication, is very important?
Hmm. In my opinion, the education industry is most important, because you have to educate or to teach someone, so you have to use uh, communication to express what you are thinking about and what you heard about. I mean, what is your idea about? So you need to have a good communication to express your ideas better and get more attendance of the listener.
Okay. Thank you very much, Ha. we are finished with the speaking
I've been
test.
smart today.